The Arizona Wildcats beat the Boise State Broncos. Final score, Arizona Wildcats 68 to the Boise State Broncos 59. I was noticing that the Arizona Wildcats only had 6 offensive rebounds tonight, and that pointed me in the direction that Miller was. He always says, every once in a while, uh, um, Tarzewski makes an effect. But he doesn't. He doesn't. You might not see what he does, but he has an impact on the game. His stats might be pretty low, but he's just a big body in there, and he just seems to be in the right place at the right time, is what he was saying. And if we only had 6 offensive rebounds tonight, then it can be seen, I think, that Tarzewski does make a difference, because Tarzewski was out. He's been out since the last game. Providence, he was out whenever we played against Providence, and he was out whenever we played against Boise State Broncos tonight. So Anderson, Ryan Anderson from the Arizona Wildcats, he tried to step up a little bit, and he actually, got injured a couple times. He was trying to play so close on Duncan for Boise State that Duncan kept accidentally stepping on his foot, and Duncan 2 out of 5 tonight. I think he had like 10 points or 11 points or something like that, and Webb for the Boise State Broncos, I think he had 17. But Webb, he missed all of his three-pointer attempts. So like I said, Duncan made 2 out of his 5 three-pointer attempts, and maybe that one of the reasons why the Wildcats were able to come out with this victory. One of them probably was because they were playing really, really tight defense against Duncan and Webb, and so maybe that's what it was. You still had quite a high amount of turnovers for the Arizona Wildcats. They had 17 turnovers, but I think that Kadeem Allen had I think he had 5 or something like that. No, it wasn't 5 turnovers. He had 3, I think 3 turnovers. But the good thing about Kadeem Allen, even though he did get 3, did have 3 turnovers, and I think he only made, I think it was 2 assists or something like that. So not a very good assist to turnover ratio. But the thing about it is he had more of a drive this game. He was more involved. He tried to dribble penetrate quite a few times, and he ended up with I think it was 13 points. Another guy that got 13 points was Trier. But so that was a really nice play by Kadeem Allen. He was really forcing the tempo, I think, and pushing things and trying to get it going. And I think that was a really good thing that he was doing. And another big point for the Arizona Wildcats was we had 10 guys, or not 10, we had 4 guys, I think, with double figures. And so that's really what we're aiming for. We want 4 guys with double more 5 or 6 guys with double figures, because that means you're passing the ball around, or that means that everybody's getting the shot more or less there in there, and it's more of a team effort instead of individual ball. But the thing about it is with 17 turnovers, then you're kind of, I think there was a little bit still, and it's going to take a long time. I mean, I was saying that T.J. McConnell, he left, and so now Kadeem Allen or Parker Jackson Cartwright have to take his spot, it's going to happen. But 17 turnovers, it's going to happen. It's going to take a little bit of time, and so so we aren't going to see these dramatic changes in one game, in 2 games, or in a week. Even though we do see some positive changes every week in the Arizona Wildcats, I don't think that we're going to see the turnover ratio drop down so much whenever the Arizona Wildcats are on the road, because I think they are a lot of new faces, and so they don't know how to play with each other so much just yet, and so it's going to take a little bit of time for them to get comfortable with each other and to feel comfortable with each other, to pass each other the ball. I was looking at the amount of assists. I think the Arizona Wildcats had 11 assists tonight, which is much better than the last time Arizona Wildcats played Boise State. I think they only have 6 assists, so they are increasing the amount of assists that they're making. But it's going to take some time. It's a work in progress. York didn't seem to throw up a lot of 3-pointers attempts tonight. The Arizona Wildcats only shot 8, had 8 attempts for 3-pointers tonight, and they made 2 out of 8. Kadeem Allen made 1, and Tollefson made 1. So it's good to see. I think Tollefson make a 3-pointer every single game. It's nice to see that consistency from a big man like Tollefson. Gonzaga is going to be a really tough game on the 5th of December. So we'll see what happens. But Washington is going to play Gonzaga, I think, before we do. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how Washington does against Gonzaga. I think they're going to play them on the 2nd. And we're going to play them on the 5th of December. So anyway, the Arizona Wildcats win this game 68 to the Boise State Broncos 59.